I have struggled with my weight for my entire life. In my 20s, I was probably always 400 pounds, if not heavier. So I took it into my own hands. The worst thing that I was doing was drinking pop. So I said, no more. I probably lost about 30 to 35 pounds right off the bat. The other thing I did was start cutting back portions. It took me about 3 years, and I've now lost 289 pounds. I couldn't lose any more weight because the amount of skin I had on there was about 35 to 40 pounds. I've been looking into the skin removal surgery for a couple years. I finally found a doctor that would take my insurance and be able to do the skin removal under my arms. Coming out of surgery, I was instructed to keep them wrapped. Woke up the next morning in excruciating pain. We called a professional nurse over, a friend of ours, and when they unwrapped my arms, it was the most gruesome thing that I've ever seen in my life. The doctor ended up taking off too much skin. I had no choice but to go back. He took the skin off both sides of my body and put it underneath of my arms. He said it was infected and the skin grafts didn't take. There was going to be too much nerve damage and that it would be easier to amputate both my arms. Another doctor was able to heal the incisions. I'm left with severe chronic pain, nerve damage, a lot of scarring. I'm now disabled at 40 years old. I felt like a new person when I started this whole weight loss, and now I feel like nothing.
Angie wrote to us for help. She said she watches the show every day, and she desired the trusted opinion of her own Dr. Ordon.
Hi there, Angela.
How are you? Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that.
You've lost almost 300 pounds. That really is a life changer, and most likely a lifesaver. I'm sad to hear that you had, such a tough time with that arm surgery. And this is a board-certified plastic surgeon? Was he? So he was a general surgeon?
He was a general surgeon without a plastic surgeon's license. So I was his first.
I'm sorry that this happened, but I mean, that in itself is a good lesson for people out there. Are you okay that I just examined you
absolutely.
Here? What has your weight done since that last procedure?
It's fluctuated a little bit.
I think that fluctuation has afforded us a little bit more laxity in here. So, all right, I see what's going on. Difficult case, and I'm going to go over those pictures with Dr. Chopra. We're going to have a talk, and then you and I will sit down and talk again.
Angie now joins us. Angie, what's been the hardest part about living with this?
The hardest part about living with the whole situation is me not being able to be the mom that I wanted to be. That's what I lost the weight for in the first place. For instance, my daughter had homecoming last weekend, and she asked me to braid her hair. It was something that I just couldn't do. I had to call in help. My husband has been my savior, and he pretty much does everything for me at this point. It's just difficult having lost the weight and not being able to be me.